Hi, welcome back to In the Comments. It's Sean here talking to you again. So my first video went live yesterday, and today is New Year's Eve, and well, it's just been kind of a year. So I was just gonna say I don't really intend to edit this video much, if at all. I think I'm just gonna record it and upload it. So it's uploaded on New Year's Eve and the day after I posted my first video. But basically, I have a glass of wine. I have my pajama pants on and a comfy sweatshirt. And I am just going to paint my nails. I'm going to take off what's left of the little bit of Christmas nail polish, which was just this red. It had some, I don't know if you can even see that. It had some glitter, whatever, had some glitter in it. And, you know, this year being what it is and my life being what it is, stress and anxiety. I mean, as soon as it started chipping just a little tiny bit, I peeled all of it off. I mean, that's the only piece left other than a little bit of staining on that nail. So I'm gonna just take the last of this nail polish off and paint my nails, and we're gonna chat. So my first video went live yesterday. I actually recorded it 2 weeks ago, I think, and spent probably 20 hours or so editing it. It was my first video, first time using that editing software. I'm not super proficient with how any of it works at this point. So yeah, I spent probably 20 hours editing it. There were a lot of ums and ahs I cut out of there, a lot of dead air, a lot of me just kind of looking silly, a lot of me saying things I didn't mean to say, or in ways I didn't intend to say them. And then, you know, putting the inserts of the clips and the screenshots and stuff in there took me some time. And then I uploaded it a little over a week ago. And my intention was to keep that going and upload videos about a week before they were scheduled to actually publish. Get myself in a nice little rhythm of, you know, having about 10 days between recording and when they were supposed to be published, in case something happened and, you know, I fell behind my schedule. That didn't happen. I recorded that video, I busted my butt, I got it uploaded, and then I didn't record another one. I have another one planned. I have several. I have probably 2 months worth of videos written in my little planner that I keep right here next to my bed. I got this nice little planner. I got probably 2 months worth of videos in there, and 2020's been tough, and it's New Year's Eve, and because of my line of work and what I do and what's happening with the pandemic currently, the minimal plans I had made for New Year's Eve, which was literally just to have my sister and her girlfriend come over. Our other sister, lives with me. She's working tonight until 11, but we were going to hang out, and then my other sister was going to come home, and we were all just going to kind of watch the ball drop and bring in New Year together and hope for a better year all together. As it were, I work IT in a elder care setting, right? So I work for a pretty large organization in my region. We do everything from nursing home to independent living to home health. I mean, we cover it all, and everything in between. We cover it all. And we have fought really hard to keep this virus out of the nursing homes, because we all knew what it meant if it got in there. And unfortunately, it got in. It got into our biggest nursing home about a month and a half ago and burned like wildfire through it. And then more recently, in the past week, it got into our second largest nursing home. and it is wreaking havoc. It is absolutely devastating. And because of my line of work and because of how prevalent the virus is, and even more so the fact that my sister who lives with me is actually a nursing home, or an LPN in the nursing home that has been affected in the past week, we obviously canceled our New Year's Eve plans. It's no longer safe to have anybody come to the house. We are direct exposure risks. This has been hands down, the most trying, difficult, anxiety-filled, depressing year of my entire life. I've had bad years. I mean, my mother passed away almost 13 years ago now. Just, went on vacation and didn't feel good one day, and a few days later was no longer with us. And she was young, and it was too soon, and that was a hard year. That was a bad year. This year is decidedly worse. We have taken everything away from these residents in these nursing homes. We've taken a lot of their activities away. We've taken all of their outings away. We've taken the ability for their families to come into the facility and see them and hug them and be with them. We've taken it all away. We've sacrificed our own social lives and our own vacations and our own lives to try and keep them safe. And it got in anyway. And they're so very sick. And it is destroying, crushing my soul. So today, when I remembered that my video was supposed to go live yesterday, and I went and I watched it, because I haven't really thought about it since I uploaded it, right? I went and I watched it, and I felt like I was so angry in it. I feel like there's so much anger that comes across, and I'm sure there is. I'm sure, and don't get me wrong, that topic that I spoke on is important to me. It's an important topic, and it's an emotional topic, and there is an aspect of, so much irresponsibility on the part of YouTube that it's frustrating. But I became aware of the anger, and anger has always been kind of a default emotion for me. I tend to not do sad very well, so I default to anger. And I was watching that video today and being very aware of how hard this year is affecting me currently. And I became very aware of how angry and hostile I seem. And I want, in 2021, starting now, today, in 2020, to try to do better. To not be so very angry and lost and feeling out of control. And the worst part is those subjects I spoke on yesterday in that video about disordered eating. It's ironic that I talk about my anger and it stemming from a place of not feeling like I have any control, when I know that the reason those people I spoke about yesterday are doing what they do is because they also feel like they have no control. Now, my anger is probably less self-destructive to an extent. It's enormously self-sabotaging. It's cost me some things over the years when I've gone through other periods of just being angry all the time for sometimes very valid reasons, but still lashing out at people who don't deserve it and taking it out on people who haven't done anything wrong. Because I felt like I had no control. And neither does Eugenia or Amber or probably even Nikocado. They probably feel very out of control, especially this year. I have an overwhelming amount of empathy most of the time, right? I don't know as I'm an empath. I wouldn't necessarily call myself that. It's got kind of a weird connotation to it. I do sometimes feed off other people's emotions, and if somebody else is very sad or depressed or anxious, I do pick up on that, and I will share those feelings, especially if it's somebody I'm very close to. But I have empathy for people. I am more of a humanist than I am anything else. Part of the reason watching Eugenia on her channel and Amber on hers and Nick on his affects me so much is because I know that it is negatively affecting others, even if it's not negatively affecting me. And that is hard for me to process and to deal with. So I lashed out. I don't think I was out of bounds with most of the things I said. But I do think there was a lot of anger in it all. And anger doesn't help anybody, especially those who are struggling or suffering. I don't take back what I said about YouTube demonetizing these channels. I think they absolutely should. I think it is the right thing to do. Oh, there's my kitty. This is Fats. Hi, Fassos. Hi, sweet girl. What'd you do? I can't pet you because I stink. Yeah, stinky. But I don't take anything back. I know how hard I am struggling. This year has been really difficult, and it's been really difficult for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. There's a lot going on, whether it was, socially or politically or economically or health-wise. It's just been, 2020 has been a year, huh? But now it's coming to an end, and I'm trying really hard not to get emotional to the point where I end up actually in tears, because I feel that way currently. I definitely feel. Hi, baby. She wants me to pet her so bad, but my fingers are wet. It's affected a lot of people really negatively, including myself. I just wanted to, I guess, come on here and say that yesterday's topic was a very heavy topic. It was a serious issue. A lot of serious issues I brought up and I discussed. But the anger and the disgust I came across with doesn't serve anyone. And I would like to try to do better. I will try to do better in 2021 and let some of that angst, I guess, go. I just thank you for everybody who watched. To be honest, that's not the first time I've started a YouTube channel. I started a different one 4 years ago. I still have the channel. There's nothing on it. Maybe someday I will make it something again, but right now, I'm just doing this. But I uploaded, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos to that. They got no views. The only views they had were mine from when I watched them. After I uploaded them to see how they came across, they got absolutely no views. So when I logged in this morning, the afternoon actually, it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and checked that video, and I saw I had 32 views or something like that on it. I was shocked. I was I was absolutely floored. I did not expect that. And that one very nice comment that I do plan to go back and reply to. I would like to keep, you know, to reply and have a back and forth civil, you know, as cordial as it can be on the internet. But reply and build a community. And I really appreciate anybody who watched that and is now watching this, or watched that and then came to this, or watched that and came back to see if I uploaded another video. Thank you. I mean, you know, it's YouTube. I understand that 32 views is nothing. It may be more now. I haven't checked. It's, you know, definitely in the evening, and I don't know. I have not gotten back on there. We'll do that after this. But thank you. And this was a whole stream of consciousness and some rambling, and I don't know if once I watch it, if I'll even bother to upload it. It's New Year's Eve, and because 2020 is the filthiest of all horrors that ever existed and ruins everything good, I no longer have any plans. I may do a you know, FaceTime or something like that, and call, a virtual call, and talk to family later. But for now, I'm home. There's nobody here. My sister's working. My son is working. It's just me and the fat cat. We're just gonna sit around, and I'm probably not gonna edit this video. I'm just gonna download it onto my computer and upload it into YouTube and see if anybody watches this one. And I don't know, maybe we can make a thing of this. Cheers to 2021, a better 2021, one that's just less. It needs to be less in 2021. It needs to lighten up, and so do I. Be well, be safe. Let me know what you guys think have been going through, or what you hope for in 2021 down in the comments. Happy New Year.